this. All right, shalom, shalom. All right, first and foremost, before we get started, giving all praise, honor, and glory as always to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Chakwadash. Double honors as always to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. All right, and taught us this truth, peace, much love, and salutations always to those for elect. All right, see by the title, the strangeness, all right, of salvation. All right, which is ultimately referring to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Okay, which we're getting ready to enter into, man. Just something I was quickly meditating on. I was watching a video. Spirit hopped on me, and Thawadi Abba Shimashai for the inspiration for this video. Now I'm still loading these things up, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna just bring up like I said a couple of, well, really just as one account in Acts, and then get some precepts, and we'll close out. So this is salvation. The definition for salvation, the online etymology dictionary. All right, says 1200. Salvation, originally in the Christian sense, the saving of the soul, deliverance from the power of sin, and the mission to eternal bliss. All right, to save. And I'm gonna jump down to this part. This is the one I wanted. It says the general. It says non-religious, but the general, which either way, but the general sense of protection or preservation from destruction, danger, calamity, etc. All right, so we are going to need salvation, all right, in these up and coming days, and it's going to be done in a very, strange way. It's going to be done in a way that ultimately, nobody is going to expect. And I just have one example. All right, I believe I have another one. If the Spirit, brings it up, okay. But yeah, you can go to, hell, the Exodus. We were delivered out of Egypt. But I'll get this Acts 12, and I'll start at 3. We're gonna read down a little bit. All right, Acts 12 and 3. It says, and because he saw it pleased the Jews. All right, speaking of Herod, and because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. All right, so essentially, Peter is getting ready. He already had gotten taken. Okay, and Herod has intentions on killing him. Okay, so he just locked him up to the next day. Verse 6, and when Herod would have brought him forth, the same night Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, right, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. All right, he's here it is. He's bound with chains. He's bound between 2 soldiers. All right, so essentially he's guarded, if you will. All right, there's a decent amount of restrictions, all right, towards him and his body. All right, verse 7, it says, and behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, arise up quickly, and his chains fell off from his hands. All right, so this is an angel of the Lord, all right, coming to Peter, woke him up, got him up. Hey, let's go, get up. It's time, essentially it's time to go. All right, verse 8, and the angel said unto him, gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did, and he saith unto him, cast thy garment about thee and follow me. And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true, which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. Right, so he's thinking, he's seeing a vision. All right, he's not ultimately seeing that this is real life time. So verse 10 says, when they were past the first and the second war, they came into the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of his own accord. And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. And right, so he's out now. He got delivered. Angel left. All right. Verse 11, and when Peter was come to himself, he said, now I know of a surety. All right, I know for sure, okay, that the Lord have sent his angel and have delivered me out of the hand of Herod and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews. All right, so this is just one of the many examples of the strangeness of the salvation of Yahweh Shemashai. That word, once again, the protection or preservation from destruction, danger, calamity. Peter was getting ready to be put to death, and yet here it is. He was saved. In the sense of pertaining to that definition. All right, we know ultimately the true salvation, all right, is when Yahushua comes back. All right, that's when we'll all be saved. Okay, but when you go into the scriptures, there's examples of men of the Lord being saved. All right, not Wisdom of Solomon. Second Ezra, or matter of fact, I'm sorry, Ecclesiasticus 2. Okay, Sirach 2, and I'm gonna get verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Right, because what did it say? There was what? What did it say? There was let me see. Prayer was made without ceasing. Okay, so there was continual prayer being made, all right, for Peter when he was kept in prison. All right, so hey, this is a prime example. Any the men that trust in Yahweh Shemashai not being confounded, not being forsaken, not being despised. Okay, and we had to read. That's why the scriptures speak about the things that are written aforetime, written for our learning. These things bring us comfort. When we read these stories, you also have to put yourself into these situations. Visualize yourself in that situation, so to speak. All right. So hey, these things, we read these stories and these accounts, and it brings us comfort because we know ultimately, all right, once again, when the true salvation comes, hey, that the Lord is going to be dealing just like he dealt, in the times past. Okay. Yahweh Shemashai is getting ready to do a very strange thing, man. All right, or in our salvation, it's going to be deemed as strange because you're going to have chariots, you know what I'm saying? The angels of the Lord. It's going to be a whole lot of stuff going on. But through all that, we're going to be saved. So Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. And these people don't make any account of our labors whatsoever. They don't perceive us to even be men of the Lord. We're still perceived to be, regular people on the street. All right, people with no value. All right, and that's how it's meant to be. Okay, the Most High has it set up like that so he can show his power. This is all about the Lord showing his power. Okay, through this next great deliverance, this next Exodus, if you will. All right, verse 2, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Right, the strangeness of his salvation. All right, it's going to be, let's look up strange. Let's see what they got for this. It's on the Edamon. All right, strange from elsewhere, foreign. All right, unknown, unfamiliar, not belonging to the place where found. Okay, yeah, so it's going to be a very strange salvation. It's going to be from elsewhere. There's no country on this planet that has chariots, in their arsenal or things of that nature. No, this is going to be directly from the heavens, man. This is going to be divine intervention. You see, people are going to see the true power of Yahweh Shemashai. All right, and they're going to be troubled. They're going to be shook. All right, the hearts of men are gonna fail. You see, Wisdom of Solomon 5:3, it says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. Right. This is, and these are going to be the people. All right, to see. Matter of fact, I'll grab this real quick. Damn, it's like it. This is Ezekiel 33. Yeah, Ezekiel 33:33. It says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. So when people start to see the judgment of Yahweh Shemashai fully, extend itself, okay, fully be put into the earth, people are going to see or understand in that day that what a prophet has been among them. They're going to understand, this is he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We didn't look at him as salvation, especially the women. Our women right now, they don't look at us as salvation. I know the elder Yashawamba did a video. I believe it's him. I believe it was him. Did a lesson on it a while back. Going into the woman not seeing you as salvation. All right, that's why Jake don't need to get too tripped up on the woman as far as listening and believing in the truth. Hey man, as long as you believe and as long as you listen to the words of Yahweh Shemashai, hey, Lord's will, but you'll turn out okay. Okay? We don't need anybody else's approval at the end of the day. But this is going to be their mindset. This was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. It's like, damn. It's the same, how matter of fact, it's going into that. Verse 4 says, we fools accounting his life madness and his end to be without honor. They don't see the end goal like we see. We have a kingdom mindset. We have a godly mindset. As it says in the book of Peter, I'm going to grab that real quick. All right. 2 Peter 3:13, it says, nevertheless, let's see if we can get a little bit more. Let me see. 2 Peter 3:11. I'll start at 10. And the header says, a new heaven and earth, which is what we're looking forward to. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. That's all the shit that you see right in front of you is getting ready to be melted, obliterated. Okay, if you will. All right, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? What type of mindset should you have going forward into the up and coming days of Jacob's trouble? All right, here it is. The apostle Tahar, all right, has deemed this year as the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. So there's a certain mindset that we should have going into this, man. And I speak as a man, I fully believe that this is going to be the year. All right. It's all through the spirit of probably Shemashai, but when the apostle deems a year as something that's never failed to, let you down, if you will. So I believe it's going to be the year of Jacob's trouble. And Lord willing, next year is the year, we get out. It'll be shit. If we could get out this year, that'd be called Lord Yahweh Shemashai. But either way, we know that day of salvation, all right, it's coming soon. We're getting wedded. Damn. Sound like Elmer Fudd. Wabbits. But so like it. But anyway, we're getting ready to see and get a first-hand account, first-hand witness, if you will, of the strangeness of Yahweh Shemashai, the strangeness of his salvation. Okay? Because we don't know how this is going to go down. We're just, we're trusting in the Lord. All right? And things are written, and they tell you how it's going to go, but it's not, necessarily detailed as far as this is going to happen. That it just tells you it's a very, if you will, broad sense. And Lord's will, you understand what I'm saying? Okay, because like the scriptures say, it's going to be it says it's going to be a time like no other. Time of pestilence, time of sorrow. So do we know exactly how it's going to go? No, but we just know that times of sorrow, pestilence, evil is coming to the earth. Okay. 2 Peter 3:12, it says, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So that's what we look forward to. All right, the men of the Lord are looking forward to that. So we have that, we have that mindset that's ultimately going to get us into the kingdom. We can see the kingdom. These people aren't able to see it because the Most High ain't giving them the spirit to. Okay, so back in Wisdom Solomon 5, and I'm gonna get 4 again. It says, "We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor." You see, it says, "How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints." I want the saints to be the Israelites. But yeah, so it's like, I work with this nigga. This is my son. Okay, this is my brother, my my cousin, whatever these people's relationships are to you. Hey, at the end of the day, they don't see it, man. They don't see it, but they're gonna see it in that day. They're gonna be amazed at the strangeness, all right, of the salvation of the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, verse 6 says, "Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rolled not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it." But what is that? 2 Ezra 9, what I'm saying? Those that loathe my law while they yet had liberty, and the place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. These people ultimately, and speaking on 2/3, all right, these people have not known the ways of Yahweh Bashem Mashah. They've despised them. They don't know the Lord. So that's why they're going to be so shocked, appalled, if you will, in that day. Because it's like, we never expected this. But this is, once again, the strangeness of his salvation. Elsewhere, foreign, and of another country, unknown, unfamiliar, man. Not belonging to the place where it found. All right, you see the things that we speak of, you merely see them in sci-fi movies. However, this is getting ready to happen, in front of your very eyes. Okay? And then at the end of the day, it's like, man, we don't have anything to make up. Like, who the fuck wakes up and decides to make this story up? The inspiration was given from Yahweh Bashem Ashai for the true men of the Lord, all right, to get a proper understanding of the Bible, break it down correctly, and bring it out to the masses. That's it. It is nothing, there's no tricks and gimmicks and none of that shit, man. And so ultimately, if you don't receive it, if you don't get it, then the Most High is just not dealing. We can't sit around and cry about it, if you will. Verse 8, Wisdom Solomon 5:8, it says, "What have pride profited us?" Because people walk amongst the earth with what? Great pride. Okay? They're prideful as hell. It's a proud thing to, come across the truth and still, just throw it behind you as if it's an option. No, this is it, man. All right, what have pride profited us, or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us? Which that word vaunting, I believe, is going to boasting. I'm gonna look it up. Well, I should have just looked up vaunt. It says, "Speak vainly or proudly, to praise, speak highly of, to boast." Yeah. To utter empty words, idle, fruitless, empty, void. Okay. So what good have our riches with our vaunt? Because niggas love to boast in their riches. All right, they love to boast in the things that they have. They suppose that gain is godliness. Hey man, at the end of the day, the Most High don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Okay, He doesn't care. At the end of the day, only through the grace of Yahweh Shemashai, that's the only way we're gonna be delivered, man. Through our faith, through faith. Okay, riches will not, as it says in Zechariah 1:18. Riches won't be able to deliver you from the day of wrath. That day of calamity is not gonna work, bro. All right, so I just wanted to get into that real quick. Okay, Lord's will. That was edifying to the elect. And once again, before we close, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Chakodash. Double honors once again, as always, to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. All right, and taught us this truth. Peace, much love, and salutations as always to those elect. Hey, to the next lesson, keep pushing, keep fighting this good fight of faith, and we almost out of here. Shalom.